Congratulations, Brad. Is that a case of them doing what you asked them to do for virtually the whole game?
Oh, we're getting better. Look, we're still miles away from where I think we can get to, especially, just with our fluency with the ball and just learning. Look, we put ourselves under a little bit of pressure in the second half, but the effort and the physicality that they're playing with, that's been there, that's not just tonight, it's been there all year. And that's the things that I'm challenging on, is keeping that. And whatever we can keep that, we'll be in the fight. And we'll get some wins and we'll have some losses, but we'll get a chance to get better. And you can see we just lack a little bit of cohesion at times, especially down at the try line. But that spine there, they've had 3 sessions together. Lockie's he hasn't trained since August. He's done 3 sessions with them. So they're not excuses. That's just the reasons why we look a bit clunky at times. But I'm really proud and happy for Ryan Hall and just the spirit that the boys played with, and they just wanted to make sure that he come off the field a winner. So that's the pleasing thing for the club, that the players actually care. They care in the jersey, they care in the, in the badge that they're wearing.
How pleased are you with the win? It's always a good win against Wigan.
I'm in awe of them as a team. They're so professional and so good, and they just keep fighting, and they never look flustered. And they've been together a long time, and they have minimal changes to their roster over the last couple of seasons, so they're a very, very good side. And I don't know the history, but I'm guessing they probably haven't lost 2 in a row for a while. I don't know if that's the case, but they come out and they wouldn't be disappointed with how they played either, because they played well. Especially the first half, it was high quality. I think we made 2 errors, they made 3 errors, and it was end-to-end footy. It was just a bit of attrition.
What did you make of the winning try? Matt Peach just said he's never seen one like that before.
Oh, it's very rare that the ball comes off a player's head, isn't it? But you'll take the 4 points however you can get them. It's at the end of the day, that's the rules, and it's a try. It doesn't look pretty, but we'll take it.
Nice moment for Jack.
It's good.
Just come on.
Yeah. He's a good kid. He tries hard and he does all the right things, and and he's still learning his craft, and he just wants to be in the team. And there was an opportunity for him to play a bit of a 14 role and play hooker, and he's a tough kid. He's physical, so I'm happy for him.
Have you got any view on what happened at the end? There seemed to be a bit of an altercation between Harry and...
I didn't see it, mate. Sorry. Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
How important was that win for the players? To beat a team like Wigan, we talk about belief and confidence and evidence.
Yeah, it's good for your confidence, because it's a good reward because I thought we played well last week. We just had a window of 6 or 7 minutes where we lacked a bit of concentration, and it cost us. I'm really pleased that we get a bit of confidence out of that, and knowing that if we stick at it and just keep grinding away, that those wins will become more frequent. Now we just need to add a bit of polish to what we're doing. But it's just all... we're still a growing team. We're still a team that's, had 4 or 5 months together, not 4 or 5 years together. So, we're learning what works for us and how we want to play.
You mentioned the spine, and that spine particularly playing together. You kept Matt Frawley's 18th man. What was the thinking?
Frawley's had a bit of an interrupted start to the season, head knocks and his hand, and I just felt like Jake has contributed a lot when big moments when we needed him, with some try assists, and so I want to continue to have him in the team, and he's goal kicking, which proved handy for us tonight.
It's an interesting dynamic because all of them are very different players, aren't they? So it's picking between them.
It was a tough decision, because Frawls is a good, calm head, controlling head, and in those big pressure moments he's very good. Jake likes to, he's all out attack, and so is Crofty, so is Lockie. So it's just getting the balance right, isn't it? But like I said, they had 3 sessions together, and they're still learning how I want the team to play. But I want to focus on the positives. What about our 3 starting middles, like Nikolai, Cooper and Keenan? how good they were tonight, how good they were last week against two of the best forward packs in the comp.
I was just going to mention the pack. I think they've probably gone under the radar a little bit.
Which is good. Yeah, they're just working hard, like James McDonald. You know, James McDonald, like the work he's been doing, racking up 50 tackles every week and no misses and just grafting away and working hard. You know, Bentos, what he's doing when he goes from the edge into the middle, and then, you know, Gannon comes on and, you know, he's hard to pull down. So Tom Holroyd coming off the bench and carrying the, like, so we're pretty lucky. The forwards have been doing a really good job and paving the way, and I think they've been really reliable and consistent for us.
I'm just going to ask you about Mikolai, because he's probably not hit the form that he had from 2022 for a while, but he seems to be absolutely firing.
I love him, mate. He's a great player. He's such a likeable person. He's a good person. You know, like I've warmed to him really quickly, but I like how he plays. Like he's a freak because he's fit, he's strong, he's big. He can get through the minutes. He carries the ball hard. He works hard. Yeah, I like how he plays. And, you know, my challenge is just to keep challenging him about doing that every week.
Just lastly, on the pack, before you came in, there was a lot of criticisms of the fact they couldn't stay in grinds and all this type of thing. That game, particularly in that first half, with the tempo of the game, they could do it.
It was the intensity in that game right from the start, wasn't it? Like it was fast and furious, and it was physical, and it was consistent for 40 minutes. It was just non-stop, and even at the back end, like I think when we got to 14-12, we just spent out the rest of the time defending our try line. You know, that was just brave. So that's a building block, but it's no good if we leave it here. We've got to do it. You know, that's how we need to be every week. And I feel like effort-wise and physicality we have been. It's just our football that, you know, has been a little bit inconsistent at times.
Thanks, man. Sorry, I just forgot to ask, did Evan get through all right?
I know, I just said to the physios, just tell me 1 week that there's no dramas. And they've told me there's no dramas, but last time I said that to you, we ended up with 3, so I don't know. I've got no idea.